Hi, my name is Cristina and I work at Tenenbaum Jewelers. I'm the gemologist here. And sometimes people ask, how do you tell the difference between blue topaz and aquamarine? Ooh, okay. So there's like a deeper answer, and I'll start with that, and then I'll kind of show you a quick little cheat trick that you can do to quickly tell them apart. So the deep thing is, okay, so blue topaz, the mineral is topaz. With aquamarine, the mineral is beryl. Topaz comes in lots of colors, and you'll see it, and it'll be referred to as yellow topaz or pink topaz or imperial topaz, stuff like that. Beryl comes in multiple colors, and when it's a deeper green, we call it emerald. It can also be called heliodor or morganite, depending on the color again. The crystal systems are different. Topaz is orthorhombic. I don't even know if I said that right. And aquamarine is hexagonal. So they literally grow in different shapes as a mineral. The refractive index of topaz is higher. It's about 1.61. If it's blue, if it's other colors, it can be a little bit different. With aquamarine beryl, the refractive index is more like a 1.58. They're both doubly refractive, but the optic character is different. Again, that's just getting kind of technical, but that's another way to tell them apart. Quick ways to tell them apart, more like layperson or the stuff I do off the top, I make a general kind of a call. Shut up, Jason. Topaz is common and inexpensive. It's treated mainly post the 1970s, and the treatments are irradiation, and then they heat it. So when topaz is originally found, it tends to be colorless. They irradiate it, it turns brown, then they heat it, it turns blue. With aquamarine, it is more an uncommon gemstone, and it's potentially much more expensive. They do heat it, mainly because the crystal tends to be more greenish blue. When they heat it, it goes more of a distinctive blue instead of greenish blue. And people tend to pay more for that for whatever reason. I guess it's considered more attractive. They're both pleochroic stones, so when you look at them, or they're not both pleochroic. Aqua is and topaz isn't for the most part. So when you look at aqua, you tend to see the greenish in the blue, whereas you look at blue topaz, it tends to just be a flat blue color. Topaz has something called perfect cleavage, so lots of times it does chip. So when you're looking at it in mounting, you might notice that the topaz has some chips in it. Aqua tends to not have as many chips. Anyway, that's not really conclusive. The hardness on both of the stones is about the same. Another way to kind of tell the difference off the top is the mountings. Aquas tend to be mounted in finer designs of jewelry, more platinum and that kind of thing, whereas topaz can be found in silver. You're normally not going to find aqua in silver. So that kind of is a clue too. If the mounting is really fine and very expensive, you can kind of guess that it's going to be aqua versus a blue topaz. Dating in jewelry, that's something that we do a lot here because we're estate jewelers. Pre-1970s, that you didn't see blue topaz in jewelry because they hadn't figured out how to cook it and heat it. So vintage jewelry tends to have more aquamarine than blue topaz. But visually they both look the same because the colors can be very similar like we discussed, and they also tend to be very clean, the crystals. Aqua sometimes has something like these long hollow tubes, and you don't find those in topaz if you do look at it under the microscope. Okay, so we're trying to tell apart blue topaz and aquamarine, and this is kind of a quick little test you can do. It's not necessarily conclusive, but it works most of the time. So basically it's you take a diamond tester, and if you touch a diamond tester to a topaz, you'll see that it's going to light up, right? And if you touch a diamond tester to an aqua, it shouldn't light up. So that's a quick and easy way to tell the difference. Again, it's not telling you if it's glass, it's not telling you 8 million other things it could tell you, but if you pretty much think it's going to be a topaz or an aqua, that's a quick way to tell them apart.
Signing off.